Hello everyone, welcome back to some more Bridge. Playing in the free Daylong on BBO. Today is November 11th. And it's a free Just Declare event. So it's 8 boards, I think, of Just Declare. I only have an hour before the event ends. I've sometimes gone over an hour, but on Just Declare, hopefully I can make it through in time. Oh my goodness, what an auction. We're in 4 spades doubled. East opened a club, doubled 3 clubs, then doubled 3 diamonds. What was my redouble? Just nothing. Okay, noise. And then when West bid hearts, East was willing to sit for 3 spades, but not 4. So East must have quite a hand with pretty good clubs. And I guess good diamonds as well? No, this is takeout. Okay. I mean, this contract is 0% to make. But we can go down as little as possible, I guess. It looks a lot to me like I'm going to take 3 trump, 2 hearts. That's 5 tricks. Anything else, seems unlikely. Obviously, we can ruff a heart or 2, and that's what we're going to try to do. But it's going to be those 5 tricks plus any ruffs I can get, and then question mark? Yeah, I don't think anything more than that is coming. And I think I can only get 1 ruff. I think it's going to be down 4. Oh. What? Where are the queen and jack? If West had them both, he would have led one. If East had one, he would have split. So they can't... Okay. So there's no layout of the cards where this defense is normal. So one of them has done something weird. Okay, well, given that I don't really... Well, I was going to say, I don't really think I can draw trump and still ruff a heart, which would be desirable, right? Well, maybe I can. Like, the question is, do you ruff the heart now? While you can still get to hand and before they've gotten a chance to pitch their hearts on diamonds or something? Or do you try to draw trump? As long as the trump suit isn't 4-0, which I don't think it is, you should be able to draw trump. Honestly, the opponents might have trouble holding me to those 6 tricks I was talking about. Now that I've gotten a heart here as well. It seems like they might even have trouble holding me to 7. Because they're getting 2 spades, a club, and 2 diamonds is 5. But I might just be able to set up a diamond by force at some point. Huh. I think I'll try to draw trump. Yes, one of those takeout doubles where actually you have ace king x. I don't think this should be takeout, but that's how Gibb describes it. I mean, I don't know. Should it be? Not really. Just like more values, right? Well, so now I could even try to get rid of my club loser if I were feeling lucky. Ruff a heart. No, because I was thinking, oh, maybe whoever is roughing the diamond will have to do so with a natural trump trick, but obviously they're both roughing, so there's just no way that can happen. Okay. Well, let's leave the 10 of spades. West has 1 spade remaining. Tries a club, yeah. Ruff this high. Draw trump with the jack, and we're home. Diamond pitches a heart. I mean, home in that we're down only 2. A fantastic outcome given what the hand looked like at the beginning. Okay, 20 points. We open 2-0. Very good. Ooh, those are some juicy clubs. It's likely that West has the king of spades, because you wouldn't typically just like lead a low doubleton against 2-no, 3-no, I don't think. So we could put in the jack and that would win the trick, but who cares? The 10 is also going to win. Let's see if the 7 holds up. I doubt it will. Okay, fine. I just attack clubs and like, I don't know. Wing it? Finessing is best here. Okay. Didn't work. I don't know. Put in the jack. I don't have any compelling reason to do either thing, I don't think. Good. So how's it looking now? We have all the tricks, right? Win this. Ace of spades. Well, maybe more concisely, we have 4 clubs, 3 diamonds, and a spade, and that's 8 of the 8 remaining tricks. Pretty boring hand, I think. Should be a little bit above average. Like, I imagine most people are guessing hearts the same way I did, and... Oh, how were the clubs? I could be below average if the queen was doubleton. It wasn't. Okay, I mean, this should be pretty normal. Yeah, a little bit above average because maybe someone misguesses the hearts, but I expect most of the time people will default to putting in the jack if they have nothing better to go on. Looks like we're losing 3 aces and nothing else here, yeah? Yeah. Trumps are the main concern, therefore, right? If opponents could ruff one of our winners, that would be sad. So let's start right away on drawing them as soon as they let me in. Okay, I'm going to draw trumps. Even if I were supremely lucky and got 5 club tricks, I still couldn't pitch all my hearts. Okay. So we can just claim 10 tricks as soon as they let me in. They won't let you claim when it's not your turn when you're playing against robots. You can against humans, and it's a very normal thing to do. But against robots, it's not allowed for some reason. You can concede all the tricks if you want when it's not your turn. That's the most you can do. I think the robots claim accepting modules just don't understand, like, that it might not be your lead, basically. What is this? Sorry, my brain is just a little... Okay. 1 no, East transferred to hearts, and then we wandered in with 3 diamonds for some reason. I mean, yeah, it's understandable to kind of want to bid something, but come on, your hand is balanced. You have 3 hearts to the king. I don't like it. $10 and 10, we have 20, so... West's 15 to 17, let's say on average that's 16. Means East has on average 4 points. Which makes an ace unlikely. But not impossible. West's spade switch, you know, underleading the ace with that in dummy looks pretty dangerous, doesn't it? So I'm inclined to believe East's one relevant card is the ace of spades. And put in the jack. Maybe not even that. I don't think we can really afford to take the trump finesse. Right, leading the queen is likely to work, but it won't necessarily produce an extra trick because the 10 is still out there. And it costs me a hand entry, which I sort of need. On the other hand, I don't want to play ace and a diamond, because then the opponents could win that trick and attack hearts. Well, win that trick, draw trump, the last trump. I guess they can't do both of those things, can they? They can either attack hearts, letting me ruff in dummy, or give out a spade ruff, which would be bad, Or they could draw the last trump, making it hard for me to get a heart ruff, but then I can just go after spades, and I won't necessarily need the heart ruff, right? I think I'm most worried about a heart or a spade ruff, actually. I think West probably has ace queen X of spades. And if I play ace and a diamond, West is going to win and give East a spade ruff. So I could instead play a club to the ace, run the queen of diamonds. West will cover. But then I can play a diamond back to the jack. And perhaps ruff a heart, perhaps draw the last trump, depending on how things go. It's annoying because if I don't ever lead clubs, the opponents are going to have a tough time getting a trick there. And I could eventually maybe pitch it on a spade, but I think my dummy entries aren't really good enough to do that. So I'll just go ahead and give up on the idea of losing no clubs. Okay, the 10 has not fallen. So it will certainly win a trick. There's no point leading a diamond here. Instead, I should make sure I get my heart ruff in. And I guess I could afford a diamond here and see if something funny happens before I attack spades. East had the ace. West led low from queen X. That's quite an interesting switch. East did well to duck, I guess. Huh. I mean, I imagine this is going to be below average for me. Although you can't get the spades right. Any more right than I did. Can't get the diamonds any more right than I did. There's got to be some line to, like, get rid of your club loser by just never playing the suit, maybe? I see we did a little above average, which is nice, but just curious. Did I make any double dummy errors? Yes. So West made the defense's only error at trick 1 by leading a heart. I have to put in the jack, of course, which we know given how the suit turned out to be. It says a low club to the ace is fine. Leading trump is fine. So's another trump. That's interesting. Why is the king of hearts necessary? Ah, because it gave West an exit card. The way I played it. I see. I didn't consider that possibility. I should have, I guess. So, well, although I don't think I was going to be good at exploiting it anyway. But watch what happens. Oh, I guess not here. If I now play a spade, a low spade, because I know that, like, there's no point playing the king. East can't afford to hop with the ace, right? He has to play low, otherwise we'll get the king. West wins with the queen, and he can, like, cash the diamond, sure, but he can't play any clubs because, well, it says he can here, which is... I was thinking that I would show you that this position is the one where he's very grateful that I left him with a hard exit. Apparently the king is fine? I'm not sure why. I mean, I do see, yes, that the king of clubs. Oh, well, I guess the point is he can cash the king of clubs, but then he still has to lead something, and the club would be a disaster. So luckily he has a heart to exit. I don't have an entry to dummy to cash the good queen of clubs, is why I was thinking it was okay for him to play the king. And that's true, but only because he has to lead one. If we back up, and I do cash the king of hearts before roughing one, West will be in a similar predicament, but with no escape. I play a low spade, East has to duck, it goes queen. He can cash the king of clubs if he wants, he can cash the diamond, but he has to put me on dummy with a club. Hey, wait a minute. It actually says I can pitch the 10 of clubs here? Oh, I only need one pitch. That's why. I only have one card left in hand. Anyway, so I was not going to find that line in spades because I didn't think that was how the spades were distributed. And so cashing king of hearts heart didn't actually make a difference, but it might have made a difference in a similar sort of ending, and that elimination is something I guess I should have thought of. Diamond, and then East. So West has quite a bad hand, but he loves hearts. Okay. On the face of it, we have 4 trump, 4 side suit tricks, and hopefully some roughs. Yeah, that sounds about right. If trump are 2-2, we might do better than that by actually establishing the diamonds rather than roughing everything. I think it's fine to test for that now. Right? Because it's, well, what if I roughed a heart, diamond, roughed a heart, diamond, spade, rough a spade? That might be better than drawing all the trumps and hoping for some miracle in diamonds. It's a little risky, but not very, I don't think. We know all the hearts are living, and if the diamond gets... well, we know East has at least 4 diamonds, so West might have only 1, but probably not. Although, once I've done all those roughs I described, I'll be left in dummy with nothing but diamonds to lead, and West will be out of diamonds. So I'll be promoting a trump trick for West, right? I'm now like really wishing I'd paid a little bit more attention to the trump. But didn't East lead the 9 and then king ace? Right, East didn't lead a low one, I don't think. I think it was the 9. Because I have this notion in my head that the 8 of clubs is as good as my queen jack 10. Maybe I'm misremembering somehow. But if that's true, then I think I can afford to rough high when I'm in dummy in that ending I described, right? Heart, diamond, heart rough, diamond, spade, spade rough. I've only taken 1 rough in hand. I've taken 0 roughs in hand. Now diamond roughed high? No, because then it could go spade. Well, that would be fine. Maybe I could play a diamond pitching a spade, and that's the same thing. I'm not sure. I think it would be fine. I think that works. You know, like I said, West might have a doubleton diamond, and that would be a bummer. Could we take the spade rough before cashing the king of diamonds to prevent to guard against that? If the 8 of clubs really is a winner, then yes, you can do that. But if it could be over-ruffed, you could be in a little trouble. I just don't think either opponent has 5 spades, right? Why would they be bidding hearts? Yeah, you can play a spade to king and a spade ruff. Nobody's roughing that. And then the king of diamonds. Sure, that's slightly safer. Oh, I forgot. I thought I would still have a spade left after all of this. Okay, but this is fine. I can still ruff this high if I'm right about... Really? East only had 3? Oh, no. No, but that's fine. That means he had 2 clubs, and so this is drawing all the trumps. Oh, also, right. My queen, jack, 10 are winners. God, I'm so bad at this game. I knew the ace was gone, but, like, I forgot that meant I could... When it wasn't the 9. What a terrible player. Got away with it, though. Made an over trick. Oh, man. I'm crying. Just another normal board partner. West has a bunch of majors, and East prefers hearts. So it looks like we have a bunch of spade losers. Hopefully we can ruff some of them. Problem is, you know, the minors are probably not breaking that nicely. But I still think you have to cross to a club and lead the jack of diamonds, right? East is likely to have the king because he's likely to have any specific diamond you might name. Good. This is interesting. I wonder why East didn't cover. I mean, we'll find out in a minute because I'm definitely leading another diamond, right? I'm just going to draw all the trump and not get very many spade ruffs, but at least they're not roughing any clubs. Well, I guess I could lead another club first and see if something funny happens. Because East should be following to this, right? West hasn't played the 10 and 9, has he? It was just the 10? I wasn't really watching. If it were the 10 and 9, I'd like to overtake and pitch a spade on the king on the 8 of clubs, but I don't think that works. I don't know. I mean, I think drawing trump would be just as good as what I'm doing here, but yeah, this is not really any better. But it does look funny. Yeah, down 1. I mean, I think that's pretty decent given the layout. Or the contract in general. I don't think anything I did really mattered. That's the kind of thing you say right before you get a 20% score, of course. No, a 67. Okay. An unopposed auction to 6 diamonds. The kind of thing you see in books, although in books they usually don't make the auction this long and realistic. Okay. Usually it's just like 1 diamond, 6 diamonds. Now here's the squeeze you have. Now show me you know how to do a squeeze. Okay, so I mean, the auction is not going to be that informative. We know West didn't overcall spades or something, but like, big surprise. The fact that nobody bid any clubs is a little revealing because they do have 9 of them, but it's not surprising. We have like most of the points, right? The spade lead is very welcome, so let's count tricks. Suppose the diamonds don't come in. Then we only have 5 of them. Plus 2 spades is 7, 2 hearts is 9. And we need 3 more. Well, setting up hearts looks profitable, doesn't it? Alternatively, we could try roughing clubs. But you can't take that many club roughs productively, right? Whereas the hearts, if they rough out, will provide a great many tricks. So we could win the spade, ace of hearts, heart rough, ace, king of diamonds, then lead hearts again. No, that's risky, because if the hearts are 3-3, it's fine. But if the hearts are 4-2, you'll have to rough the 4th round. But I guess that's okay, because you can lead a club. No? Because you don't want to use up your last trump in hand while they still have an entry in the queen of diamonds. So you could win the queen. Ace of hearts, heart rough. Ace, king of diamonds. Top heart, and let's assume you have to rough. Then you can cross to the queen or ace of spades, whatever they haven't made you play yet, and start cashing hearts. You'll have roughed 2 of them, so you'll be winning 4 of them, which means you get 3 club pitches, but not 4. But that's okay, because you still have a trump left in the dummy, in your hand, in the south hand. And the opponents have 1 master trump, which they can rough with whenever they want, but they can't stop you from eventually roughing that last club. You rough a spade to the north hand, then rough a club to the south hand. They'll over-rough 1 of them, but who cares? Yeah, that seems pretty good. That makes any time diamonds are not 4-0 and hearts are not 5-1 or worse. And it has chances for an over trick if the diamond comes in. Whereas playing on diamonds to try to find the queen is very dangerous because you really need those diamonds for other purposes. So you should be willing to take actually, honestly, playing ace, king of diamonds is the best way to find the queen. It's most likely to come in. But even if it weren't, you should be willing to give up your slight percentage in diamonds for much better control of the hand by playing ace, king. So I did say that I would play ace of hearts, heart rough. It's slightly better to play the ace of diamonds first and then ace of hearts, heart rough. It doesn't change anything in the timing, like entry-wise. But just in case, hearts are 5-1, and the player with the singleton heart can over-rough your diamond with, like, the 8. It's with a singleton 8, or doubleton 8 from 8 queen, maybe. It's better to cash the ace of diamonds first. Like, if you're planning to cash some tricks, and one of them is the ace of trump, and the order doesn't matter for some other reason, you should, generally speaking, cash the ace of trump first, because it's one trick that definitely can't get roughed, and it reduces the chances that your other tricks will get roughed. Okay, now ace of hearts, heart rough, and we've seen the 8, so these are all equally good now. Save that 7, just because of the beer trick. Haha. You can look that up. I mention it every so often, but I don't expect everyone. Okay, so that's fine. We didn't find the queen of diamonds, but that was always the plan, was to account. And oh, by the way, and everyone followed the second heart, so we're like guaranteed now. Good as gold, right? The queen falls, so we're even more good than gold. Okay, I can just claim. I probably could. Well, I'll lose a diamond, but I could have claimed a trick ago. Just pitch all the clubs on the hearts. And when they rough in and try to cash a club, I can rough it with my last diamond. I mean, I don't think I did anything special here, but it was nice to plan it out and have a plan that was guaranteed to work, except for some extreme, unlikely scenarios that I don't think you could cope with very well. 69. A substantial chunk of the field doesn't know how to make that contract. Bizarre. Even with hearts 3-3? Maybe they tried to rough clubs. That could get dangerous. Okay. We're in 2 spades. Club, a heart, spade, double showing 3. Yes. So we know how the hearts are. East has exactly 4. West has exactly 3. That's nice to know, I guess. 10 hiccups there. 7 here is 17. So they have 23. West shows at least 12. East shows at least 6, roughly. So there's quite a bit of variance left in where those cards could be. But they're probably each a little bit above their minimum rather than one of them being quite a bit above the minimum. Because if someone had an ace more than expected, they'd probably be doubling 2 spades, right? So if West could have 12 and East could have 6, but the total they should have is 23, they're off by 5. So probably West has 14 and East has 8 or something like that, right? West opened a club and has led the 2, so this is not a singleton. It's probably from strength, meaning the king is over here. We should be willing to take this finesse. What's going on in diamonds? As I often say, a useful inference is that, people like to lead ace-king suits. If you have ace-king, it's usually a good lead, or at least not the worst lead. And given the West didn't lead a diamond, he probably doesn't have the ace-king. Probably not the king-queen either. That's also an appealing lead. Right? He's leading from a suit where he just has king-nothing. So all the other suits must look at least as bad as that. So I would say some relatively scattered honors. Which means East has a decent amount of stuff in diamonds. Probably also a heart card, because if West had the Queen Jack 10, he'd be leading those for sure. So let's give East the Jack of Hearts, and I don't know, King Jack of Diamonds. That's already 7. So West probably has both spade honors, which is bad news for me. If West has both spade honors and the King of Clubs, that's 10. And geez. Well, earlier I gave his partner King Jack of Diamonds. So that would give West the ace queen? That's 13. Yeah, I mean, it all adds up. I'm not saying that's a proof that that's how it is, but it's at least plausible. Meanwhile, West's shape? What do we know about that? The 2 of clubs, I believe the robots do, generally speaking, lead 4th best. So West should have 4 clubs. We know he has 3 hearts. If he had 4 diamonds, he would have bid that over the 4-card club suit. So he has at most 3 diamonds. So he's balanced. Which means he can't have 15 points. So he has at most 14, actually. So probably East has 9 then, rather than 15-8. It's probably 14-9. Okay. So West, I mean, as soon as I'm going to take this club finesse and it's going to lose, and everything I've been thinking about it will have been wrong. But like, what can you do? So we think West's holding is something like Ace King X, or perhaps Ace King fourth, Jack third. No, this doesn't add up, does it? If West has 14, King of Clubs is 3. He has 11 more. I mean, he can't have Ace Queen of Diamonds and Ace King of Spades. So, okay, let's give East the King of Spades then, maybe? That gives him Ace Queen of Diamonds, Ace of Spades, Jack of Hearts, King of Clubs. That seems fine. Let's say he has 3 diamonds rather than 2, because with 5, East might have preferred to bid a diamond rather than a heart. I mean, probably not, but maybe. It's just, we don't have much evidence to decide which of those West has, and that's something. So let's say West has 3 diamonds. Ace, Queen, third. Ish. Okay, sure. I mean, given all of that, it seems kind of funny to win this jack, take the finesse on the way back, lay down the ace of clubs, which East has to ruff. We could over ruff, or we could just pitch a diamond. Or we could lead a low one first. I don't know. I mean, like, ruffing hearts seems cool and all, but you only get to ruff 1. I'd rather work on setting up the clubs. Drawing East's trumps the hard way. Well, there's the king. Told you, everything I thought was wrong. Okay, well, fine. These guys are defending like weirdos. Okay, so now we know West's diamond holding was Ace Queen X. His hearts must be relatively scary to lead from. Ace Queen X. I still believe he's balanced. It's a little weird. East led the King of Hearts, King of Diamonds, and then a little diamond. When we know West had the Ace Queen. But we know West doesn't have 4, so we can forget about the possibility that. So we know East has King Jack 4th and decided to defend that way. Sure, whatever. I mean, I think I want to just draw trump. East had a king there as well. That's quite a hand. Yeah, I know. The promotion is rude. Okay, let's stop and think again about everyone's shape. West started with 3, 3, 4, 3. So he has 3 spades. 2 remain. In terms of honors, we've seen that he has Ace Queen of Diamonds and nothing else there. East had a spade honor. I think it was the king. So West has the ace. That's 10. Pretty flimsy opening, wouldn't you say? Even with the queen and jack of hearts, it's not much. Huh. Well, I guess What happens if I ruff with the 7 here? Just how bad is that going to be? West might just barely have a doubleton spade honor if he started with 5 clubs. And then, like, he would have to ruff the 7 with the king or whatever, the ace, I think. And in that case, ruffing with the queen would be quite wasteful. But more likely, he gets to overruff this with the 8 or 9. And also, even if he did get to overruff with a doubleton honor, he could then lead a club for East to ruff. Because if West has a doubleton spade, he must have 5 clubs. So more likely this gets overruffed with a small one. I'm gonna have problems either way. I guess it's possible that East spades were like King 9-8. In that case, I guess I can get away with ruffing low. I don't think high or low makes a huge difference most of the time. So you can also pitch, but I'm pretty sure that's wrong. I'm just gonna ruff low. Yeah, okay. There's only one trump out there. Oh, no. Wait. No. This is fine. This is fine. I was about to say there's only one trump out there, so we could just cross the heart, start cashing clubs, pitching hearts, and they ruff in whenever they ruff in, but I have pitches for all my hearts. But that's not true. If I cross the ace of hearts and a club is ruffed immediately. Now, I don't think that'll happen, because West is the one with the last trump. So I don't think that would happen. But if it did, I would be left with a heart loser and no way to get to dummy to pitch it on a club. However, there's only one trump out there, and they don't have any winners to cash. So I can just draw trump now, and dummy's up. Well, let's win the king first, so that there's no way I could accidentally misclick my way to defeat. And now dummy cannot be stopped. I thought with a hand this good, East would be doubling. That was part of my reasoning on why the cards should be split roughly evenly. I thought if East had 10 points, they should be bidding again. So that's part of why I placed all those honors the way I did at the beginning, before we found out East had the king of clubs. Is because if things are splitting evenly, or splitting roughly evenly the way I described, there's not that many ways the outstanding honors can be divided. Even though there are like 23 high card points worth of them, you can place a lot of them based on what West led and what he didn't lead. Okay, so it seems like we got a decent result on that one. Did I make any double dummy errors, I wonder? Yes. All right, what was I supposed to do differently? Yeah. The diamond stuff is all happening. Good play, roughing low. Well done. Don't play on trumps. Go for clubs immediately. To what end? Or hearts. So maybe it's saying just make sure you get your heart ruff in. You can cash a club first if you want, but that's not important. Again, you can cash a club if you want, but the important thing is to lead hearts and get that ruff. I see. Sort of. East. If East pops with the king at this point, then he doesn't have a promotion to make because I can just play low. And if he plays low, the 10 can force the ace, but when East plays the king, I can underplay and still get the queen and the jack. So it's sort of like it was important to get the heart ruff, but also this was a nice excuse to lead trumps from dummy through East's king 9 position. I mean, I think this is pretty dangerous. It assumes clubs are 3-3, which there's no real reason to assume, I don't think. Well, actually, no. You know clubs are 3-3 at this point. That's true. I didn't think about that. No, you don't. You know how many spades West has. West could have 4 clubs and 3 spades. He can't have fewer, but he could certainly have more than 3. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think that was a huge error. I don't know if it was an error at all. It certainly doesn't work out double dummy, but it seems like a fine way to play the hand. Oh, this is a nice change. No below average results. Nothing outstanding. No 90s like you sometimes get, but just good solid declare play. Not making any huge blunders. Collecting an above average result. I'll take it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.